Hello everyone, hi, how are you guys doing today? Welcome back to another episode reaction to Chainsaw Man. This is Fred, my name is Matt. Hello, what's up? So, Chainsaw Man, last time what happened? A lot happened last time. Oh my god, like, I've been like fucked for like a week now because I watched Chainsaw Man 8 and that like fucked me, right? Chainsaw Man 8 fucked me. And then the new batch and the final batch of episodes for JoJo Stone Ocean came out. And if you've been in my channel anyone in the past years, you know that I can't shut up about JoJo, which means that I care a lot about JoJo for like almost a decade now. So seeing the end of part 6 being animated, I was just crying. I was just in tears. If you haven't seen it, go see it right now. It's really good. If you're not a JoJo fan, then go watch JoJo. But go finish Stone Ocean real quick before you get spoiled and shit. If you are a JoJo fan that hasn't gotten around to do that yet. But yeah, anyway, I fucking love that. Like the fact that Chainsaw Man episode 8 came out, and then like immediately afterwards, the end of Stone Ocean came out. I felt like emotionally spent. Like I was just like so exhausted. It was just like anime was kicking my ass for the past week. So now we're about to watch episode 9 of Chainsaw Man, and like part of me is like, I don't know if I want to do so. I do, but I'm tired, man. But yeah, let's watch this episode. So last time, what happened in Chainsaw Man? Makima might or might not be dead, and then later I remember that I made a theory that she might not be human, so I'm holding on to that one because I don't think she's dead, but she was shot with guns. So did everyone else in a very Execute Ordinance 66 scene. And then we got a dude that was sword dude. You know, we got Chainsaw Man, now we got Sword Dude, who, now that I think about it, must be like something similar to what Denji is. I don't know if I mentioned it before. Sorry, last week I was very out of it because I was hurting. We got Snake Girl, and Himeno disappeared one piece at a time in order to save Aki in what might be one of the best death scenes I've seen in a while. And it hurt because Himeno was my favorite character alongside Power. And she continues to be. Like, I love Himeno a lot. And so, my friend told me this yesterday. That, it's funny that I keep bringing up my friend. Like, my friend is like a secret third person in this interaction, right? You got me, and then you, the audience, and my friend, who's like a third person who's never here, but I always mention them. My friend told me that apparently the reason why Himeno was voted like the most disliked character by like Japanese readers of the manga was apparently because I could be completely wrong in this. This is just my information that I got from my friend, who also probably got it secondhand. But apparently it's because a lot of the female readers just didn't like Himeno. And apparently, according to my friend, it's because she was like too boyish, like too manly. I could be wrong here. I'm not entirely sure if this is true, but if it is true, I'm like, fuck you. If it's not true, then I don't know what the reason is. But like the fact of the reason is that Himeno was voted least liked at some point in time, and I can't figure out why anyone would hate Himeno as a character, unless she comes back this episode and then she like kills everybody or something like that, which is not happening. That would be ridiculous. But she's just such a good character to me. I feel like it's probably like, I can imagine Japanese audiences being like too focused on something being like too proper and clean, and then Himeno, who is like literally just a mess, and she's a wreck of everything. I can imagine them being like, oh, that's improper, like that's wrong. Meanwhile, Western audiences like eat that shit up, maybe. I don't know. The reason I like him, and it's not because of that, is because I relate to like a lot of her fucked up shit that she has going on, and I like her a lot for it. She also has a cool haircut and a cool eye patch. I am quite partial to characters that look like that. Speaking of that, my friend also told me yesterday, because they watched the episode. The episode came out yesterday. I'm watching it the day after, because we are at the point in time in my region where it is 40 degrees Celsius during the day. That is, allow me to do a quick Celsius to Fahrenheit. So you asshole Americans can understand what I'm talking about. 104 Fahrenheit. That's how hot it is for me. And that's like every day during the day. My air conditioning stops working when it's too hot. I need to fix it. We've been talking about it. I also heard that apparently we're going to be like reaching like 50 next week, which would be equal to like 122 Fahrenheit. Apparently we're gonna be like the hottest region in the world, like northeast Argentina, which is where I live, and like Australia, and those are the only regions of the world that's gonna be that hot, and it's gonna be starting next week. I love it here. Anyway, I didn't watch Chainsaw Man yesterday because of it. I was dying. So anyway, my friend told me, and I'm just gonna mention this because I think this is gonna be relevant this episode. There is this new girl who's super tall and has a spiky ponytail who I think you'll think is hot. So, just based on that description, yes, I'm probably gonna think that character is hot. I'm a Biken fan after all. I'm not immediately worried about meeting this character though, because I'm more worried about what the fuck we're gonna do, in like plot wise, or how many people are gonna die, because we're officially in the point where people are gonna start dying. I also, let me mention, I love the ending song for previous episode. Last episode, you didn't really quite hear me talk about it like I did with Maximum the Hormone, because last week I was so depressed that I didn't even like watch the ending. I was just sitting here just being like, the song's cool. And that said, I went and back and rewatched it and re-listened everything. And so the song is out in full. The title of the song... The song is called First Death, which is like comically on the nose, and I really like it. I really like that. That song is like symbolical and cool, thematic, and a promise. So now I'm officially worried about, okay, people are gonna start dropping probably. So we'll see how this go. Like, we're probably gonna get like Kobeni and Arai dying like immediately. Like from last episode, that's what it looked like. And then we have our core main cast, which is Denji, Power, and Aki, and we'll see how it goes with them. But yeah, I really like the song. I just want to say it. I've been listening to it a ton. Like the day, like later that day when I watched episode 8, I was just listening to it on loop with my friend, because my the probably the best thing Chainsaw Man has done for us, me and my friend, is that my friend has a very specific taste when it comes to fictional characters, and that's Aki. And also, whenever there is like a relationship of codependency, which is what Himeno and Aki was, or at least it was mostly one-sided, which was more tragic, which was juicier. So my friend ate that shit up. And I also love the character Himeno like a lot for other reasons, but we were able to come together and grieve together after episode 8, which was really fun. That's like the first time we've ever done that. So Himeno managed to like miraculously align for the both of our tastes. So that was pretty good. Anyway, I think that's pretty much everything I can say here. Let us just fucking start and watch the episode. I've been talking for like 10 minutes. Let's just go. I forgot to mention Patreon. Check out the Patreon. Link in the description below or the pop-up on screen. You can watch full-length reaction episodes for Chainsaw Man. And yeah, just supporting the channel. I would appreciate that a lot. Anyway, let us begin. So, Chainsaw Man episode 9. Let's go. Lovely. I got to see her die again. God, I love the Ghost Devil. The Ghost Devil is so fucking cool. Yeah. I just noticed she lost a fingernail when she did that. I hate this show. Oh! Ghost hand. Oh! He can fight. He's back. Didn't damage the heart. Everyone's after Chainsaw. Oh my god, it's Maximum the Hormone again. Okay, I'm hyped. Demon in the name of Demon. Demon in the name of Demon. Demon in the name of Demon. Demon at the name of Demon! Demon at the name of Demon! Okay, fight time! Intro time, okay. I got too hype. Man, I got to see him in the opening. I hate it here. So, the lyrics for the song are great because they're all about wanting to be happy and being confused. Also, Dorak Mirai, a beautiful star, is a reference to a Morning Musume song. Please play Maximum the Hormone again. Man, I hate that she's missing a fingernail. That... God. Oh, Sawatari? They don't care. They literally don't care. Behind you. Yep. Oh my god. That's what I thought he would do Aki previous episode and he didn't. I mean, Denji's gonna be fine. He can recover from like literally anything. But this is bad. All of Chainsaw's people should be dead. Whoa. Okay, do we have like some kind of like war between them? Oh my god. Is Pochita like a dark lord of whatever? There is a war between Gun and Chainsaw Devils. And we're all just pawns in it. He's dead. Yeah, they're all gonna be fucking dead. I don't trust she's dead. But she seems dead. We didn't see Kobeni, by the way. We didn't see her body. Hi! What's up? They're all dead. They're all gonna be fucking dead. Oh my god, the train's gonna fucking explode or something. That's the character. I immediately know that's the character my friend told me. You're gonna like that character. That character's hot. And I'm like, yeah. She's gonna step off the train and it's just gonna be like an explosion of red. What happened inside? What happened inside? Hi. What did they What did she do to them? What can she do? How is she alive? Also, dude, I have a lot of questions regarding Makima. I'm glad that I didn't fucking buy the fact that she was dead. I love this character. She's not important. At least I don't think. But she looks cool. What? What? 30 convex and the highest altitude point. What the fuck? Is this JoJo Part 6 now? What the fuck is she gonna do? So we're just in Kyoto now. We're just following what Makima does now. Makima ass shot, as usual. What are they gonna do to these people? Highest tempo, 30 convex. They're gonna die. Like, the reason why it's convex is because they're disposable. But what's exactly gonna happen is the question. Oh? Okay, my man just exploded. He like imploded. There was a crow. Oh, can Makima do that? Sacrifice convex and this kills someone else. The crow devil. I don't know. Okay, she's doing some fucked up ritual. Them as well. Maybe. What exactly is her devil contract? That's what I want to know. Is Mishima Shuzo this guy? And now he dies? Yes! Oh, she like twists them! And then, yeah, okay, it's a ritual where you sacrifice someone in order to kill someone else. But that means she knows their names. Yep. All of these jobbers are dying. Like, y'all have no shot. The only ones that are probably not gonna die is Blade Boy and Snake Girl. That poor woman. Okay. Why don't we know their names? Creepy. Okay, so they don't know exactly if it's Makima, but we know it is. Someone else? Hi. Oh, he protected her! That's a real one right there. And now what? Another fingernail. So, whoa! I want to point out that she's always carrying a knife. And knives are pretty scary. Holy shit! What the fuck? Himeno did say that she's got the moves, that she's pretty capable. Holy fuck, she's using me like a shield, which makes sense tactically. Okay. I think she ran out of bullets. Holy shit. Aww. We're made up. Yeah. She's fucked up from that. I don't blame you for that. I can't believe you were... Holy fuck, that's cool. And fucked up. It's like she has like 2 modes. Like freaking out mode and like shut off emotion, just go time. And now she's finally having this moment of like, oh shit. Man. I'm sorry, girl, that's not happening. All the commanders who lived. Everyone's dead except for the non-humans. But Aki's alive. Wait, they don't know that. 1, 2, 3 will be absorbed into 4. And everyone is gonna be under your direct command. This creepy ass lady. Also this. Oh! I don't blame him for this choice. I applaud this man's balls to tell that to Makima directly. Oh? How much do you anticipate? He's onto her. Oh! Oof. I don't even know who this guy was. I don't know if we ever saw it in Madoka. Oh my god, these two are like mega afraid. Hope they don't fucking die or something. Okay. This creepy ass woman. Okay, that's the episode. Again, every single episode. Is that Himeno again? Man, Mappa loves Himeno. She's in every ending, as she should be. The animation is fantastic with this one. It's one of my favorites for sure, animation-wise. Okay, so that episode, right? Okay, so the first things first, I'm letting you all know, I'm recording this at 5 in the morning because I'm at the period of time in the year where it's literally impossible for me to be in my room during the day because it's so hot and my air conditioner doesn't really work properly. So until that is fixed, I probably can't do anything during the day. So I'm recording at 5 in the morning. This is my solution. So yeah, I'm gonna try to keep it more quiet and more close to the microphone. But anyway, let's talk about that episode. So don't worry, this is many hours after I watched it, but I just like rewatched a little bit of it. I was skimming through the episode just so I can remember things to talk about. But there's some very interesting things to talk about that I remember. I don't need the show to remind me. Okay, where do I even fucking begin? Let's begin at like probably the coolest part of the episode, which is Makima is just fucking executing people. So she just sacrificed a bunch of convicts in order to explode people across the country, which is nuts. Something about that is that I was wondering, because last episode we talked about the curse with the nail and how that is like a Japanese folk tale. So I was wondering if there is some kind of Japanese folk tale regarding like a crow or a raven or something, because a crow showed up and then and that was like a bad omen, and then the guy was like, something's wrong, and then he just exploded. So I'm wondering if that has anything to do with it. I did just do like a quick search online to see if I could find anything, and I didn't. I found something about the 3-legged crow, but I frame by framed the shot where the crow is just standing on this wall, and he didn't look like it had 3 legs, so I don't think that applies. Also, I think it signifies more like guidance or something. Okay, anyway, is something very important that we need to talk about. Is that Makima was fucking executed, and then she just stood right back up. So, okay. Oh my god, how does this work? But before, like, I was talking about like how she just consumes alcohol and it does nothing to her. And I also talk about that one piece of merch that I saw where she doesn't sleep. And given this literally doesn't mean anything, but that all of that made me think that maybe she isn't like human or something. But now what I'm thinking is that, you know who else we see like recover from injuries like that? Denji. And even this bladed dude here. I think his name is Katana Man. The guy with the swords. He seems to be able to tank super serious hits. And because he looks like something similar to Denji. Is Makima something like that too? And if she is, what is she like? It's not a contract. It's like a fusion. So Makima could be a fusion with another devil or something. I don't fucking know. That's just a theory I'm just gonna throw out, because the only other thing we see be able to tank hits like those is something like Denji or something like the sword buoy. So I'm thinking Makima could be something like that. So when she was killed, she didn't die. She just healed right back up, like Pochita heals Denji. Okay, something that I was thinking about during the episode, and it was because of like one line of dialogue that was very quick. I don't remember when in the episode it was. Let me see if I can find it. So I don't know if this is my subtitle or what specifically it is. I would be curious to hear what the original line here is, like when the dove comes out. So after Katana Man slices Denji in half, and then he's like, get the car. He has this line that he says, which is, all of Chainsaw's people should be dead. And the first thing that came to my mind is, this is like a war. This is like a devil war. I'm thinking this people right here, the sword boy and the snake girl and everyone else, those are like agents of the gun devil. And maybe Denji, even though he doesn't know it, and everyone else in the same division, they are the Chainsaw's people. They are the Chainsaw's agents. Because we speculated this before, this like entire like Dark Lord Pochita storyline that we kind of like constructed out of the idea that the Chainsaw Devil should be really powerful in theory, and also there's hints and implications by other devils that seemed to be the case. So what I'm thinking is that this is the storyline I constructed in my mind, which is Pochita was the Chainsaw Devil, okay? And the Chainsaw Devil was big and powerful and insanely destructive or whatever. Whether or not they were evil or neutral, it doesn't matter. That's besides the point. But it was feared by a bunch of other devils and shit. However, the Gun Devil was powerful enough to take out the Chainsaw Devil when the Gun Devil appeared. I'm trying to figure out when the storylines would like line up from what we know. When the Gun Devil appeared, I don't know how old Aki was. I don't know how old Denji was when he met Pochita. I don't know. We'll figure that shit out later. If the show gives me the clues. But what I'm thinking is that the Gun Devil took out the Chainsaw Devil, and the Chainsaw Devil was stripped of its power in some level, and that was Pochita. And when we see Pochita is like fucking dying because it like literally got beaten up. And then Denji just happened to come across Pochita, which is the remains of the Chainsaw Devil, what little is left, which is like not very powerful, not very big, nothing special. Denji doesn't know any better, so he's like, hey, I'll help you, you help me, right? And then they formed this bond. And maybe in Pochita's mind, Pochita's thinking like, okay, I'm gonna heal up by using this human, and then I'm gonna rise the ranks back up, baby. I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna go fucking get him. I'm gonna go take out the Gun Devil. But first, I need to chill with this kid, I guess. But then over time, maybe Pochita grew fond of Denji. Like literally the Chainsaw Devil became really fond of Denji, of this kid, and they just grew attached to each other. So then the Chainsaw Devil decides, you know what? I'm gonna help you. I'm gonna become part of you. And also you're gonna become part of me. So then now Denji has literally the Dark Overlord Chainsaw Devil, which is all feared by everybody inside of him. But what happens is that now the Gun Devil is like, okay, I got the Chainsaw Devil, we got him, boys, like it's completely fine. We probably killed him. And then they saw on the TV that there is a Chainsaw Man. And then they were like, what the fuck is that? Like, they just saw on TV the Chainsaw Man is around because the fight with the Bat Devil, all of that was televised. There were, I mean, it wasn't televised, but people were talking about it, right? Everyone saw. So now they're like, okay, there's a Chainsaw Man, which me... And if they have an Asian like the Sword Man and he's something similar to Denji, then they're thinking, okay, the Chainsaw Devil somehow fused with a human. The heart, which is what they're after, Denji's heart. Okay. So now they're like, okay, Chainsaw Devil is inside of a person. It replaced its heart. We're going to go get it. And then they just did a little digging and they figured out, okay, this is where it is. We're going to go on, going to fucking kill him. We're going to get it. Because we need to crush every last little bit of the remains of the chainsaw, like, reign. Because now it's the era of the gun. So we need to destroy Chainsaw so we make sure Chainsaw doesn't come back. So maybe the overarching plot for Chainsaw Man is gonna be the Pochita of Monte Cristo. Where Pochita is gonna use Denji and everyone around Denji to regain its power and take down Gun at the end. And then Denji's gonna be like, but Pochita, I love you. And Pochita might... I'm thinking Pochita's gonna be like, you know what, Denji? You're cool. And Pochita's gonna be good at the end, right? The Chainsaw Devil's gonna be good. We're gonna use the Chainsaw Devil. We're gonna defeat the final bad gun by whatever. And then Pochita's gonna be good. And then we're gonna get a happy ending where Denji and Pochita are together. I mean, they're literally together right now, but it's all going to be aired, and we're going to know that Pochita is actually an evil dark overlord of the old age, has killed millions of people, and is feared by everybody. But now he's cool, because Denji taught him what it's like to be a heart, literally. Okay, so that's my crackhead prediction as to where that could go. I will stop now, because... I don't think I can predict anything the show's gonna do. But that's just something I need to throw out there. Makima. Okay. She stood back up and it was very creepy. I went on Twitter and I saw the manga panel of when she stands back up covered in blood. And I have to say it looks way creepier in the manga than it did in the anime. I much prefer that. I mean, honestly, if I didn't have this channel, I would have just read the manga. Like, straight up. But just because I want to record my reactions to this and theorizing about it, that's the only reason why I'm just watching this. Otherwise, I would have read the manga, because I do enjoy a good manga, honestly. I do enjoy the black and white pages and the details. So she stood back up. She didn't die. She didn't die when she was killed. And then she just smiled creepily, as she always does. And she just killed everybody. I have no idea how. We saw their bodies and they just had like Kung Pao enter the fist as like fucking giant holes just across their chest and guts and shit. So she just did something that could do that, whatever her ability is, whether it's she like punched through them like Dio style, or she like shot through them some kind of like projectile or something. She just left giant holes in people. I want to know what the fuck the people on the train saw, because there were a bunch of civilians in the train that as soon as the train parked, they just start to just run away. They just screamed and run away. And then this lady covered in blood just walks out and it's like, hi. So there's two characters that we have here. I don't remember their names. Let me see if I can... Tendo and Kurose. Okay, so Tendo and Kurose, we have these two characters. They're dead by next episode, bro. They're gonna be dead, or they're just gonna fade into irrelevance immediately, because like these characters don't look. Their designs don't look too much like. They don't look that important. Like just their designs don't look too important. Like their hair colors and the eye colors and anything about them, even though they have got like a cool scar in the middle of their face and their nose, which is cool. I like it a lot. They don't look that interesting. So because of that alone, I'm like, you're not gonna last long. And you know what? I was right. When I looked at Arai, I was like, this guy doesn't look like he has an interest in the science. So if I were to put money on someone who's gonna die, it's him. I was right. The same applies to every other member of the other division that we saw like 2 weeks ago having drinks. I was like, y'all look boring, but we're seeing you, so that's weird. So I think you're literally here just to die, to elevate the stakes. That's exactly what happened. It wasn't anything like what I thought it was gonna be, but they did die, so I was right on that. These two characters here, again, Tendo and Kurose, they give me that vibe. The other thing, and this is using meta knowledge, is the fact that I've seen 0 fan art of these two characters. And again, when I started the show, I said, like, when I started, I was like, I've seen the Makimas, I've seen the Kovenis, I've seen... Yeah, I did see Himeno. I just didn't register Himeno at all. But that makes sense because Himeno only lasted for like 3 episodes. 3, is it 3, 4, 5, 6, 7? Was she in 3? I think she was in 4. Maybe she was in 4. She was in 4, I think, yes. She's in 5 episodes. It's not a lot. So I can imagine that, yeah, there wouldn't be a lot of like Himeno fan art. Now there is. I remember tweeting it. But before, I didn't see it, a lot of it. I've seen Power, of course. I've seen Power a lot. I've seen like one other character who we haven't seen yet in the anime. But that's a character that I have seen fan art of. So yeah, sure. I've seen Denji a lot too. I saw Aki. I just didn't know their names. But I did see them. So, Tendo and Kurose. I have never seen these characters in my fucking life. Which to me means they're dead by next episode, or they're gonna literally just disappear. Like, they're just gonna go away, and we're never gonna see them again. So that's how I feel regarding these two characters. I am afraid for them, because I feel like Makima's just gonna kill them or something. Like, okay, Makima is such a weird character, because Makima has, to our knowledge, Makima hasn't really done anything against our main cast, but I'm just waiting for it to happen. Like, Makima right now looks like this, like, really capable, cool boss that knows everything about what's going on. And she just fucking takes out the bad guys like it's such a boss. And that's kind of cool. I don't trust her. And you know what? This guy right here at the end, he doesn't trust her either. What is this guy's name? Madoka. So we have this guy named Madoka. I don't know if we've seen him before. I don't remember. But this guy, very plain looking, he has like glasses. He's covered in blood. So this guy is just like, this is my letter of resignation. Well, he informs us that what's remaining of the divisions are going to mix into one. And they're all going to be under the direct command of Makima. And then he's like, by the way, I resign. And then he asks her, I have one question. How much did you know? How much of what happened today did you anticipate? And then she just says, I am afraid I can't share public safety intel with private citizens. With civilians, really. Oh my god. Every time I look at Makima, I'm just like, this bitch knows everything. And I wouldn't be surprised if everything that happened last episode and this episode was actually orchestrated by her. And like, none of them knew. Because the Snake Girl and the Blade Boy, they're clearly against Makima. So when she started doing the thing, like this, and then she did like, and then people just started exploding, sacrificing convicts in order to do that. It's very cool. But the moment that started happening, I really like how Snake Girl saw that, and then she was like, that's Makima. And I was like, oh, they know her power. And then she said something like, it's a bullshit power like this, it has to be Makima. Which means that they don't actually know her power. They just assume that the only person that could do something like this is Makima. And they are right. I love that she said a bullshit power like this. It has to be Makima, because it is a bullshit power, actually. She's like half a country away, and suddenly she's just exploding people. I don't know how she's doing it, actually. So, okay, she's doing this thing. It's like a ritual, and she's sacrificing convicts who just fall dead, and then someone else dies. They have to say the name of the victim. But how do they know? I mean, how does Makima know the names of the people she's targeting? The only thing I can come up with is the fact that when she was in the train, she like tortured the information out of the people in the train, like the people that attempted to kill her. She was like, okay, I'm just gonna blow up your organs and your body parts, and you're gonna tell me the names of your accomplices. And she just remembered like 30 of them. And then she was like, okay, I can kill 30 people. That's like the only thing I can come up with. That, or she like grabbed like a radio from someone, which is what Kobani did. We're gonna talk about Kobani in a second. But maybe she grabbed the radio and she just memorized names that were set there. But it's just very convenient that like every like red shirt died, but nothing happened to Blade Boy and Snake Girl. I mean, Blade Boy lost a hand and got shot a couple times, but I don't think that's gonna do anything to him. Snake Girl lost a couple fingernails, so now we see how the power works. She can summon Snake by giving fingernails away. So I talked about this with my friend yesterday. I mean, yes, it is like 6 a.m, so I suppose it's a new day. Yesterday, and my friend was like, "That's such a bullshit power. She's so overpowered. She can do that just for like a fingernail." And I'm like, I would rather take the Aki deal where he just gave like skin in his arm in order to summon Fox. I'm like, I think I prefer that one. I think I prefer the Fox because it does like basically like a similar amount of damage, and I don't need to lose a nail, a fingernail. That's, I don't like that. I do not like that. I wouldn't give away a fingernail. I don't care how many snakes I fucking summon. I would not do that shit. I'll stay with the Fox. Apparently, I do think the Fox like takes whatever, and also the only people that can summon her head are hot people. So I wouldn't be able to summon her head. But still, I would prefer like a fox tail rather than a snake head, as long as I don't lose a fingernail. Sword Boy, he did have a duel with Denji, and I have to say, I am very glad that Mappa realized that Maximum the Hormone fucks, and that we should absolutely milk the fuck of Hawatari Nyokosanti as many times as possible. So we're just gonna play it in as many episodes as we can for fight scenes, because it's hype as shit. I just hear Uechan's bass start playing, and I'm like, hell yeah, I'm jumping out of my seat, and I just start screaming, and it works every time. I'm hyped every time. Such a good song. I have to say, I'm not sure which is my favorite ending anymore, because ending 3, Hawatari Nyokosanti, Maximum the Hormone, that clearly was my favorite, but First Death is really good. Previous week's ending is really good. Oh my god, First Death is good. I wasn't expecting anything of that caliber to show up, but it did, and it's amazing. Again, I'm sad I didn't like react to that ending because I was so in shock, but I really, really like that song. I really like the animation. I like everything in it. But anyway, we're getting distracted here. Then you got chopped in half. He'll be fine. He was shot in the head last episode. He's fine. Power ran away. Sure. I mean, I'm never considering Power reliable, so sure. Aki, I don't think we see Aki for like anything in the episode actually, besides the very beginning, which is scenes from the previous episode. I think we see him like seeing Denji stand up again or something. But I think Aki's just passed out on the floor, just passed out, bleeding out. Denji stands up and it's like, let's fight. Denji has a moment where he takes a hostage and he's like, I'll kill him. He's your buddy, right? So you better fucking kneel. And then fucking Sword Boy just fucking samurai slices right through the both of them, which is okay. Yeah, I figured. That's what I figured. Let's talk about Kobeni. Oh man, Kobeni is an interesting character. Kobeni is fun because she's like a fail girl. She's a fucking mess. She's a wreck. Well, Himeno is a mess. Kobeni is like a failure almost. It looks like life fucks her, and it's almost like a joke. Like nothing ever goes right for Kobeni. That's the impression I get. She's like literally crying at like every scene. She's so like shy and meek, and she just starts crying, being like, I wanted to go to college, but instead I'm being forced to either go and die or sell my body so my brother can go to college. And it's really fucked up, and Power's just like losing her shit, just pointing at her and just laughing. And that's like a funny scene, and it's like the show is laughing at Kobeni. So when it comes to who survives Order 66, it's fucking Kobeni. And it's not because of dumb luck, it's because she's actually really capable. And listen, man, I remember Himeno said Kobeni's got the moves, but she's really shy. Arai doesn't have much ability, but he has the motivation. That came in, that those things about those two characters came in exactly when they needed to. Because we see here, Kobeni lived and Arai died. But the reason why Kobeni lived is because Arai realized what was happening. He got shot through the neck, and then he was like, oh shit. And then he turned around and he saw that the old woman just shot at Kobeni, and he just immediately jumped in front and saved Kobeni's life. He doesn't have much combat capability, but he has a heart. He has the motivation. He has the dedication. He cares. So he jumped right in front of the bullet and saved Kobeni's life. Final act. That was cool. He was a real one, right until the end. Arai was good. I like Arai. Like, we only saw really, really little of him, but he seemed really cool from what we saw. That would have been a cool character to keep, but it hurts more that he's dead. Kobeni lived. She was slow when it came to reacting, but after she saw Arai dying in front of her, she like activated a mental switch. And this is something I think is kind of the case maybe with Kobeni. It's like she has like two modes. She has a mode where she's just freaking out and she can't do anything. And then she has a mode where she just like flips something and she's like, I'm gonna get you, you know? It sounds like she's freaking out whenever she's doing it, but she's actually doing shit, which is what's important. Fucking Snake Girl summons the snake, and she just fucking starts running through the snake and just jumping and flipping and dipping. She does like a flip over the sword boy and just slices his hand right off, grabs the gun and just does like a cool shooting from like almost behind her and just gets him in the back. As Snake Girl is gonna shoot her, she dodges the bullets and then she runs to Denji and uses Denji as a body shield, which sounds cold, but that's literally the most logically sound thing to do. That's what makes the most amount of sense tactically. Denji's not gonna feel those bullets. We're gonna forget about that shit by next episode. He's gonna be fine. Kobeni is able to do all of the things that I just said. It means that she's very, very capable on a like physical fighting condition, but she also has a very clear, level-headed tactical mind whenever it comes to it. But then as soon as they all left, she like had a moment where she cracked and she was like, I'm sorry, I tried to kill you the other day. And then she started thinking about Arai, who died in front of her, to save her. And then she was like, it was my fault. And then she goes, next time I see Himeno, I'm gonna tell her that I'm quitting because I can't deal with this job anymore. Bad news, girl. That's not happening because you're never gonna see Himeno ever again. Not even her dead body, because there is none. I like that a lot. So I like whatever the fuck we're doing with Kobani. She seems like a very interesting character. So that's something I really liked. I was just having this thought that like literally the only person who seems to be always in control is Makima. Because like even Snake Girl and Sword Boy, they in this episode they were like they were sweating. They were like shit. Makima, she was just smiling and she got shot, and then we see her quote unquote dead body, and then the next time we see her she's standing back up smiling covered in blood, and then she just walks out the train covered in blood and everyone else is dead. And then she's just like, I'm gonna need 30 convex, and I'm gonna need you to take me to the highest temple in Kyoto. And also I'm gonna need new clothes. I like that she's just walking through the street covered in blood, but also I'm sure this is like more or less normal in the society in this world because of devil hunters. So they're like, yeah, she was just fighting, it's fine. People are just used to this kind of shit. She just executes everyone. The fact that they just explode is so nuts. They just fucking explode. It's not just that they explode, it's that they like implode. It's like they get squished, which is maybe what she was doing, because she was doing this and then she was doing and it if I saw the animation correctly, whenever those people were exploding, it did kind of look like they were. Yeah, I'm looking at this guy who's getting squished, and it does look like he's getting squished. It looks like his cheek is going up and then this part of his head is going down. So yeah, maybe what it kind of is, this is just a speculation of what Makima is doing, is that like when she's doing this, it's almost like the target of the spell, the person who dies. It's almost like it emulates as if they were literally in the palm of her hand. So then she just goes, and then they just explode, or they get squished or twisted or something. It doesn't. But it literally is the fact that they are in the palm of her hand, and then she just does, and then they just explode. So maybe it could be something like that. That's just something I'm thinking about that could be possible. Okay, so this spell works in a manner where no one must see what you're doing as you're doing it, because all of the convicts were blindfolded, and given. It makes sense they were blindfolded, because otherwise they would riot, because they would realize they were being killed. But also the two devil hunters from the Kyoto branch were also blindfolded. So I guess no one must see when you're doing this ritual. I think that's going to be it for this episode. I don't know what else to say. Himeno appears again in the ending for this episode fairly prominently. I'm very happy about that. She doesn't show up a lot in the show, unless she like comes back weirdly, but I don't think she will. I think she's just fucking gone. But Mappa loves her. It appears so. She's been in like 4 EDs in a row. She's not in the OP a lot, but I'm glad she's in the EDs. She's an amazing character. Fuck everyone who voted her like least liked character. Y'all have no taste. But anyway, that's a cool thing. I don't know what the fucking Makima's gonna do, dude. Like, I'm scared of Makima. There might be a gun versus chainsaw war happening behind the scenes that we're gonna learn about maybe soon. Because they're gonna try and figure out what what just happened was. I do like that Sword Boy and Snake Girl are not just like an overpowered like characters that just showed up and bodied everyone. I mean, a little bit. Human instantly died. They got Denji, they got Aki, but they were freaking the fuck out in this episode. They were like, oh shit, we're all exploding. And then Kobani just took the both of them out. Like, okay, sure. So I'm glad that they are not just an overpowered set of characters that just shows up and just destroyed everyone. That's really cool. It makes for a more interesting storytelling. Anyway, I really like this character Tendo because... Once again, my friend told me there is this tall girl with spiky like hair, and I think you're gonna like her a lot. I think you're gonna think she's hot. That's what my friend told me, and I was like, okay, sure, you know my taste. And then I saw her, and I was like, yeah, my friend was right. This is the kind of character I like usually. Like if I see a character that looks exactly like Tendo in like an RPG or something, I'm like, hey yo. I will go and talk to that character. Or if it's like a party member, I'm just like, okay, you're singing at a party the entire time. I'm never gonna replace you. You're exactly the kind of character I want. There's like a lot of characters that I like that have a lot of those characteristics. If her hair was pink and she had an eye patch and she was missing an arm and she had tattoos on her face and she was wearing a cool Gakura Bancho jacket in her shoulders and she was a samurai, she would be biking and she would just be a perfect character. I know it sounds like I just changed a lot of things about her, but I'm saying that she's a good template in order to create something great. So I really like her as a base character. Compared to this godly character, which I already forgot his name, Kurose, who does not like someone I care much about. I hope they stick around. They do have cool scars in their faces, so that could be cool. I hope they live more than one episode. That's all I can say. Okay, that's gonna be it for this discussion for Chainsaw Man episode 9. It is 6 in the morning. I've been talking for 44 minutes. See you guys next week. Alright everyone, thank you so much for watching this episode reaction to Chainsaw Man. If you would like to watch the next one, then make sure to subscribe to the channel so you can catch it as soon as it comes out. Check out the Patreon so you can watch full-length episodes and just support the channel. And I'll see you guys next time. Take care everybody. Bye bye.